there's no greater honor than helping somebody become a more effective version of themselves in a way that is meaningful to them.
What would you say are some common myths out there? These people that have achieved seemingly great things that have created traps that they've fallen into.
Myths that they are happy, that they are fulfilled, that they are exemplars of the highest potential of the human condition. Like they're very common, like mimetic ideas that we've inherited. That's nonsense. The high, by way of high performance, like a common myth is like high performance is a laser-like focus on results, and that's not true either. So high performance is a laser-like focus on behavior. And so like if you think about like going to the gym is like an input, being healthy is an output. And so, high performance is a laser-like focus on the inputs that are required to succeed said output rather than a focus on the output itself. Other common myths. I would bring it back to the idea that Western cultural materialist success is an example of the highest potential of a human being. I think that's absolute nonsense. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then on the other side of that, in the coaching space, what would you say are some things that, let's just say your run-of-the-mill coach is getting wrong when people are going to coaches because, for the same reason that they would come to you, but maybe it's sort of your run-of-the-mill coach, right? They don't necessarily have your approach.
Yeah, sure. So number one is that coaches who say, I'll be your accountability partner, are normally full of it. Like, I think the challenge within like the coaching space, particularly in personal development, executive coaching, leadership coaching, et cetera, is a lot of these people are like ex-corporate burnouts who couldn't hack it in their own careers and are now trying to build a lifestyle business for themselves. And so the touch points that they'll say to their clients, all right, I'll see you once a month or once or twice a quarter or, whatever, and we'll do some work together. And I just think, you guys aren't going to get anywhere. You're not going to get anywhere. Like, I can't, like, you would understand, right? You're with what you do. It's like, I can't really help you, if I'm seeing you that infrequently, and so that would be one thing. Is like the idea of I'd be looking out for that. Like if I was looking for a coach, I've worked with my coach for a long time, but if I was looking for a coach, that would be one of the things I'd be looking out for, is that sort of background. And then the second piece for me would be that the question that we really need to be answering is how come you feel you need someone to hold you accountable in the first place? Like that is a much more profound question. And so the challenge, and then the other thing that I would argue is that coaches, they don't really have like a very cohesive philosophy around how they work with people. So they use a lot of like bundled language, like I'll help you discover your authentic self, or I'll help you actualize your potential, or I'll help you leave a legacy, or whatever. And it's just like all these are like bundled terms that mean absolutely nothing. Like who defines what is authentic? Who defines what a legacy is? Like there's all of these sort of like epistemic traps. And fundamentally it all just stems from like a lack of deep understanding of the human condition and how we actually operate. Those would be the things I'd be on the hunt for, certainly.
Got it. And curious, so you've mentioned accountability a few times now. So if you're working with a client and they're having a hard time with accountability, right? They have, takeaways or to-dos or things that they need to think about.
Yep.
And they come back for your next session a week later and they haven't done it.
Yep.
Do you train on helping someone to become accountable for themselves, or is there a point where you're just like, this isn't going to work if you're not going to do the things you need to do?
Great question. So let's take a step back and answer this. So there's two fundamental categories of motivation.